Hey everyone, Jeff here. I am in my apartment in Rotterdam, Netherlands. You may know this or you may not, but I have been living in the Netherlands for a while now. It was a dream of mine to move back to Europe after living out here when I was younger, and I finally got out here. It's been going well, some ups and downs, but overall pretty well. It's like a little after 11:15 in the evening, my time. And actually, I have just completed a meditation. And I had wanted to do a live, like just sharing my thoughts in the moment after doing a meditation, because these insights that I get in the meditation are often staying in my mind, especially fresh in the first, like, I don't know, 5 to 15 minutes after I meditate. And then they're still there, but then the longer the time goes on, of course, you go to bed, you sleep, you go into the next day, and life is crazy and things are happening in the world, and those insights fade a little bit. And then I get back to the meditation again and can reconnect with my truth, with my source. And that's one of the things I recommend to you is to meditate. Meditation is very, very valuable. And yeah, I know I've noticed this is just through the years, like not a lot of people really tune into my live broadcasts. Usually people will watch them on replay, which is totally cool. Also, this is good for my own records. This is probably going to sound completely ridiculous, but I also like to use Facebook sort of as like a journal or a way to record things and keep track of my thoughts, and then I'll go back and I'll use like a certain post in a book, or I'll use a certain post in maybe another social media platform. So actually, even if no one watches this, I'm not kidding. This is still useful because I can go back and I can listen to what I said right after meditating while I was feeling peaceful, and I can use that for other good things to help people. So okay, so I did this meditation called Awakening Kundalini by Kelly Howell. Awakening Kundalini by Kelly Howell. And I'm definitely not, I have no connection to this woman, so I'm not trying to get you to do this exact meditation, but it is the one that works very well for me. But yeah, so I did this meditation, and yeah, so I saw one person came on, and then they went off after about 3 seconds. And that is, I've done a lot of lives. That is the nature of live. Like, people's attention spans are ridiculously short. So I'm completely, just doing this more as a way for me to use in other ways. I can put this up on YouTube, and I can use this in other beneficial ways to help others. So to get to the core of what I really wanted to convey here is that this meditation is so powerful, this awakening Kundalini meditation, because I can feel the energy going through my body. Now, I'm aware probably like very few people are going to resonate with this, and I'm saying that because even Kelly Howell in the introduction to the meditation, yeah, I'm actually enjoying this, just sharing my thoughts. Like a lot of the times, I really plan what I'm saying. So, like if I'm doing a video, of course, I might have like these 3 points, or I know I'm going to say this. But right now, I'm being very spontaneous. So I am being authentic. It may not be perfect. It may not be like perfectly in line, but it is me being myself, and it is right after the meditation. So I feel the energy going through my body during the meditation, and this is gonna maybe sound funny, but I don't know if you've ever seen Avatar with directed by the legendary director James Cameron. But in Avatar, they talk about this Awa, um, their source. Awa is the spiritual source of the Avatar world, and I'm mentioning that because it's easy to not believe in it, or to sort of hey Sandra, good to see you. Thank you for tuning in. Okay, I have a viewer now. That's good. I'm just talking about actually some of these insights I came up with while I was in meditation. I just did a meditation. I'm in my apartment in the Netherlands. Hopefully, I'm not talking too loud. My girlfriend is sleeping, so that's why I was a little bit concerned about that. But I really wanted to share these insights while I'm fresh off of meditation. And the reason I was mentioning this avatar is because when people hear this, if you don't really get it, or if you don't have like a spiritual practice, or if you don't meditate, it can sound a little bit ridiculous. And actually, Kelly Howell, the person who does the meditation, the guided meditation, in the intro track, she will say herself, a lot of people will hear you talk about this energy going through your body and they will not get it. They will think it's ridiculous. They will not relate to it. And I'm being authentic here. I'm being myself to the best of my ability to say that when I'm doing the meditation, I feel the energy. I'm like, oh my God, this is real. We live in this crazy society where people are so disconnected from themselves. And as I'm doing the meditation, I'm feeling at peace, and I'm like, whoa, we're all connected. We're all connected. And now you might have seen in some of my posts, I say we're all one. I quote others saying that. I say it myself because I do believe it. I do, that is true. I do believe like we're all connected. We're all from the same spiritual source. I wouldn't say that I'm enlightened, but I do briefly touch that enlightenment while I'm either in meditation or very occasionally for a few seconds during my day. And I would say the best way to describe from my heart and soul, so I'm not quoting anyone else, um, I'm not trying to be anyone else, just fully being myself. This is my core message. This is what I realized 12 years ago. I'm 29 now. This is what I realized 12 years ago when I was 17 years old. Your self worth does not depend on external circumstances. That's the core message, one sentence that I wish someone would have told me. And I'm saying that because in meditation, I can feel that disconnecting from the societal pressure, from the external circumstances. Lower my voice a little bit here, but yeah, a little bit, little bit of an example here. Good example. Instagram. I'm not very active on Instagram. I have posted a lot on there through the years, but it's not my current focus. Thank you, Sandra. I very much appreciate you resonating with this very much, very much. I appreciate that, and yeah, meditation is very crucial. Meditation actually, when I was 17 years old, it actually got me out of a depression naturally. No drugs, no outside sources, but meditation. I literally caused me to step away from those external circumstances. So what I would encourage you to do, everyone to do, is meditate to really observe your mind. So back to this key realization about your self-worth not being dependent on external circumstances is what you can do is you can realize that you can always do your best with something, but you can pull your worth away from it. I was using Instagram as an example. I'm not very active on there. I I don't have very many followers on Instagram, but I see so many people on Instagram with thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of followers, and I'm subject to this. It's a little bit embarrassing to admit, but I actually frequently compare myself to others. And I know you shouldn't do it. So, this is an example. Like if I'm telling someone don't compare yourself to someone else, I'm actually teaching someone else what I need to learn myself. And yeah, I'm on Instagram and I see these people with all these followers, and I think, oh wow, they're so much more successful than I am. And then in meditation, I can realize who cares how many followers someone has on Instagram. It doesn't really matter. So yeah, these insights come to me while I'm meditating, and I'm gonna go to the depth of it, the depth of those insights that not everyone may relate to, not everyone may understand, but when I'm in this meditation, I do feel very connected to others, and I do feel like everything will be okay. And being vulnerable here, just being completely open, not holding back, is that I overthink things. I sometimes get anxiety. Not it doesn't like ruin my life or prevent me from doing things, but I'm caught up in my own mind. I'm getting anxiety, and when I'm in the meditation, it actually sort of solves or fixes my anxiety that I have. And when I'm going into that depth of, just relaxing, and I'm doing these breathing exercises, and I'm fully just relaxing, I can feel a little bit less stress, and I can feel like I'm not letting the external world like push me around so much, and I'm not like caught up in my own head, and yeah, I'll put myself out there on all these social media platforms, and people will be like, wow, that's great, you put yourself out there. And yeah, I do it to help other people, but it's not easy, and I get anxiety, and you get negative messages from other people, and you get people who don't understand you and who don't resonate with your message. And yeah, the meditation is just waving to you, waving to some of the people on here. Thank you very much for watching, guys. And yeah, so this meditation is just crucial for helping with the anxiety, helping with the stress. And it's a very natural way to deal with these very difficult life challenges. And yeah, I have these life challenges all the time. Uh, yeah, I mean, today I was just this is like embarrassing. This is ridiculous what I'm saying. I was going shopping, and I'm shopping, and my lower back is hurting, and I'm feeling like burned out and tired, and like I'm at the supermarket, and I'm like, there are millions of people in the world uh, who don't have food to eat. There are millions of people in the world who don't have the ability to go to a supermarket and get food. And yeah, thank you, John. Yes, I very much relate with that. Yeah, I have to constantly remind myself to breathe and to help deal with that stress, that anxiety. Yeah, very very powerful. Thank you for your comment, for sharing that. So yeah, I was sharing this quick example where I went to the supermarket today, and I'm stressed out, and I'm like overwhelmed with these very very simple life things. It's like, why am I getting so overwhelmed with this? And when I'm able to go into meditation, I can see it from a much more enlightening sort of perspective, and view it from the perspective of gratitude. And a lot of people don't have food to eat, and all those kinds of things. But yeah, sometimes I feel like I suck at life. Sometimes I feel like I get overwhelmed by little things. Sometimes I feel like I'm bad at like really simple uh, life life chores, and things like that. So yeah, this meditation is very powerful. It's very very powerful. I find this Awakening Kundalini Meditation by Kelly Howell something I did all the way back when I was 17 years old, 12 years ago, and it really helped me in a very dark, difficult time, and it still helps me now. Life is moving forward, life is good, but there's always anxiety. There's stress. There's a lot of difficulties, and yeah, this meditation is so so powerful. I shared all these thoughts just from my heart, from what I felt like I needed to share. And I feel like it's good to sometimes just share from your heart, and it's good to help others, and it's good to be yourself, and be natural. This meditation, the energy going through my body, it really reminds me, your self-worth doesn't depend on the external circumstances. I said that earlier in this broadcast, and that we are all one. And I'm not saying I'm enlightened, but I do briefly feel that we are all connected. We're all one. And yeah, thank you, Sandra. I really much appreciate that. And okay, I'm gonna be really vulnerable right now, and I'm not gonna hold back. And I feel like I kind of touched on that in this discussion, and kind of didn't, but I feel okay. And that these live broadcasts are actually nerve-wracking. I'm not nervous to do a video, to put myself out on all these platforms, to do speeches, etc. But these live broadcasts, I'm not planning what I'm saying. So, and then people tune in like midway through the broadcast, and they might catch me before, in the middle of an explanation, and not really know what I'm talking about. So that I really appreciate that encouragement, because these live broadcasts are a little bit nerve-wracking, and actually I feel a little more, much more calm now. In the beginning of the broadcast, my heart is racing, and you never know how people are going to react, and you never know what what people are going to say or do. But I feel peaceful right now. I don't feel anxiety. I don't feel stressed. That's good. That's good. I actually made progress because in the past I'd be like so nervous on these Facebook lives that I would just want the live to end and then I can save it to my feed and not worry about who watches it. But yeah, I've really just spoken spontaneously about yeah, Sandra. I think I can even go deeper and yeah, it's now been probably 20 minutes since I've meditated, so those realizations are fading a little bit. But let me think. What was I just realizing as I was meditating that it's energy. Energy is connecting us, and I can feel the energy flowing through my body. I really want to emphasize that. It's like this energy. Yeah, Sandra, please, yeah, please, definitely invite me, and I'm very happy that you do that as well. That's awesome. Keep up the great work. Yeah, this energy. Let me ask you, Sandra, do you also feel energy is what connects us? Or do you ever feel energy flowing through your body when you're doing these kinds of things, whether it be meditation or something similar? I'm interested to know your thoughts. Yeah, but this energy that sort of connects us is what really makes me realize with 100% certainty that there is a spiritual power, there is a spiritual source, and you can laugh at me if you want. You can disagree with me. I respect your beliefs of anyone who is watching this, of course. But yeah, it's that energy that really very much causes me to realize that in ways we can't really understand in our day to day, we are all connected. We are all one. And yeah, I mean, look, I titled this Enlightenment. I titled this broadcast Enlightenment. I'm being more and more of myself all the time. Every day, every year, every month, every chance I get, just being more and more of yourself, being more of yourself. And yeah, these broadcasts are powerful to just share in the moment. And I know I'm not speaking perfectly. I'm using ums and but I'm also speaking authentically about this energy that I'm feeling in this meditation. It's so palpable, and that's what, like, because here's why it's so powerful, because our society is doubting it. So our society is like, oh yeah, really? Can you go into meditate and solve your issues? And people say kumbaya, and they don't really believe it. They don't really do it, and that's because we live in a society filled with people who are disconnected from their spiritual source. And what I'm saying to you is that it's 100% real. This energy that you can connect with your truth, your source, your soul, why you're here on this planet, what you're doing in a human body. It's all an illusion. It really in ultimate reality, it's all one spiritual source, and all separation is ultimately an illusion, and that really helps with the anxiety. Uh, yes, Sandra. Energy. Sandra just said here, energy is everything that surrounds us. The universe speaks about on a constant basis. Love it, Sandra. Sandra, you are awesome. Thank you so much for engaging me. And John, thank you for your comment as well. Again, I really appreciate that. So yeah, this is awesome. I actually, I'm not joking. I have two viewers right now. I expected zero, so I'm very grateful for you guys watching this, and anyone else who tuned in. If you're watching the replay, thank you as well. But yeah, this energy and the spiritual connectedness is just incredible. It's just incredible. If you can tap into that, you can know it's real, and then what the society says doesn't matter, and you can feel it one with everyone, even while understanding that they don't understand you, but you can understand them, and that's where you can really dive into the authenticity, into the depth. And yeah, yeah. Sandra said here the seasons change every 90 days for a reason, and yeah, that's absolutely true. Yeah, things are always changing, and it's very powerful to realize that when you are connecting to your true self through things like meditation or whatever works for you, maybe it's reflection or prayer or some other method, but when you're connecting with that, then you're detaching your self worth from the outside world. You're detaching from other opinions. You're detaching from this crazy society, and then you realize the truth. You're one with everything. You're one with everything. That's it. that's it. Before I end this, I want to touch on. I wanted to keep chipping away until I got to like the heart of the iceberg. So thank you guys for bearing with me. The heart of the iceberg. You're one with everything. Um, I'll share, and I'm not at all trying to name drop here. I'm saying this because I really resonate with them. They're two guys, Lewis Howes and Ben Shapiro, very successful guys, and they were chatting together. They've both been on each other's podcasts, and Lewis and Ben both talked about being severely bullied. And these very successful guys are talking about being bullied, and I also was severely bullied by not only in middle school and high school but also in college, assaulted by my college baseball teammate. And yeah, so I see these two successful guys talking about being bullied, and I felt so connected to them, and I felt at one with them. And that's the heart of the iceberg. You are one with everything. And I don't always feel this. I'm sharing this after the meditation because I'm feeling peaceful. But I get upset. There are difficult people in the world. Yeah, I'm reading your comment here, John. Yeah, we act in society. Very, very true. Yes. Wow. Oh, John, that's powerful. Okay, I just got goosebumps. Wow, that reminds me of something I read from Deepak Chopra. My late aunt, my aunt who passed away, gave me the why is God laughing? And the subtitle is like a path to spiritual joy and optimism. And in that book, he says we are all actors of roles. Yes, we're all actors. It's very true. We act in society. That's very, very true, and it's hard to sometimes separate from that for anyone in the world. Yeah, it's a very powerful comment there, John. Yeah, so kind of continuing the thought I had about us all being one. To someone who doesn't get it, they're gonna say that sounds cheesy, that sounds kumbaya, and I get that because also in my day to day, I'm often surrounded by a lot of difficult people for one reason or another. No judgment. I'm not putting anyone down, but I mean negative, judgmental people, and yeah, I find a hard time finding peace when I'm around these judgmental people. Um, so I struggle. I'm sharing these insights, and I want to say I'm always doing my best to live it, but it's a struggle. It really is. And I mean, I feel like I live it more than most, like not comparing myself or anything, but yeah, people tell me, yeah, you do live your message, but I struggle all the time, like feeling frustration and feeling the negative energy from other people, and it's like, how can I be one with those people? So I want to be really like authentic here and say, spiritually, I go into meditation and I feel this unbelievable power and strength and energy, and then I go into the world, and yeah, and then when I'm in the world, I just feel a difficulty sometimes with like the judgment and the negativity, and John and Sandra, it's like the society. That's what the society is doing. People are playing roles, and people aren't stepping away from those roles, and people aren't really getting it. And yes, yeah, not open minded. Yes, exactly. Yeah, we're definitely on the same wavelength here because yeah, they're not open minded to other perspectives. They don't respect other people's beliefs. I'm not on here preaching trying to get people to like suddenly agree or believe with everything I'm saying. I'm just sharing my truth, and I'm open to other perspectives. So yeah, John, that's a great comment. That yeah, a lot of people are not open-minded, and they're I feel like human nature, very quick to judge and very slow to understand, and that could be very painful, very very painful. We live in a society filled with people who are making quick snap judgments, and it's very difficult. It's very hard to deal with that. So yeah, I like that I stayed on this broadcast and I didn't chicken out, and I didn't. Yeah. Everyone is operating on different levels. Sandra, yes, yes, love it. Love it. That reminds me of what Joel Osteen said. He is a well-known like author, speaker, spiritual leader based in Texas, I believe. And Joel Osteen says we're all at different spiritual growth periods of our lives. Or I'm paraphrasing here, but something like we're all at different levels of spiritual growth or different stages. That's what it is. We're at different stages. So yeah, everyone's at a different stage of growth, and it can be hard to yeah. On that note, it can be hard to clash up against people like negative people who are bringing you down, because I feel like there are people who can evolve you and raise you up, and then there are people who can devolve you. And what I have to get better at is when I'm around these negative people, I'm around these negative people all the time. Sometimes, by circumstance, other times it just happens. Of course, you want to be around good people if you can, but it can't always be that way. And I feel like I have to be careful to not let these people really drag me down or bring me into that negative energy very, very, very hard. I'm still learning. I'm still growing. It's like, how can I take what I'm realizing in meditation into the world better and more effectively deal with these difficult people and these yeah, yeah, Sandra, yeah, Joel Osteen, very good. Yeah, very powerful, very great message. So yeah, he very much love his message. So yeah, it's working on like getting applying it more. And I always tell people it's not what you know, it's what you apply. And like I said, I do live this. I don't want to be so hard on myself that I portray that I'm not living it. It's not true. I actively call out people who are not living their message. I do live my message. I'm improving every day, and it's still hard. It's still hard because you go into the world, and man, are people tough to deal with, and man, are people are just, you could say, judgmental. They're negative. You know all the descriptive words there, but yeah, that's really it. I feel like we touched on some really really good things, and yeah, Sandra and John, thank you very much, and to everyone else who tuned in throughout, even if you were on this briefly, very much appreciate you checking out what I had to say. And yeah, Sandra, I would like to take your encouragement, and I don't have a plan for how often I'll do this, but yeah, I think after meditation, sharing these insights while I'm fresh, while I'm feeling peaceful, and these insights came to me, it's powerful. I mean, I just did like I said, the Kelly Howell meditation, and I'm feeling fully myself, and I'm feeling in that moment where I can really share these insights in a positive way. So yeah, that's really the truth of it. And guys, thank you very very much for tuning in. Have a wonderful week, and stay true to your source. And yeah, and let's see if we can step away from those roles and stay connected to our source, even when it's very very difficult in the world. So take care, guys. You're awesome, and I'll see you at the mountaintop.